Okay guys, this is Casey and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be discussing the differences between what a real millionaire looks like and what Instagram and social media tells you what a millionaire looks like. There's a distinct difference, and today we're going to go over exactly what the differences are. So in the age of social media, it's very easy to get swept up in the glitz and the glamour lifestyle of the rich and the famous. Everywhere we turn, we're bombarded with the images of luxurious mansions, exotic vacations, and even designer clothes that seem to be the norm for millionaires. But the truth is that most millionaires don't live like that at all. Instead, they tend to live much more modestly. They focus on frugality and investing their money wisely. Let's break down the lifestyle of the average millionaire next door, and let's contrast it with the way social media displays what millionaires are. First, let's take a look at the lifestyle of the average millionaire next door. You see, the term millionaire next door was coined by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko in their book, The Millionaire Next Door. And in there, the majority of the millionaires in the United States live relatively modestly. They tend to drive much older cars, they live in middle-class neighborhoods, and they avoid expensive purchases like designer clothes and luxury cars. So what do? Well, instead, they prioritize saving and investing their money instead of looking like they have money over everything else. And they also tend to be self-employed. They usually own small businesses, and between being self-employed and owning small businesses, this allows them to actually have more control over their financial futures. So the real question is, why do millionaires live this way? I mean, if you're a millionaire, why aren't you living lavishly? And the honestly is because they understand the value of money and the importance of investing it wisely. You see, they know that a flashy car or big house will not bring them happiness in the long run. As a matter of fact, all it really does is just bring you lots of debt, turmoil, headache, and more things you have to pay and fill the space with. They know that focusing on building their wealth over the time through social financial management and through sound financial investing and smart investments is the way to go. You see, they live frugally and they avoid very unnecessary expenses. They're able to save more money and invest it in assets that will appreciate in value over time instead of depreciate in value. Now, if you contrast this with the way social media displays millionaires, on Instagram and other social media platforms, you will see that we are bombarded with images of what? Opulent mansions, expensive cars, luxury vacations, people on private jets, everybody's going to Bali and Europe, and they're just living the high lifestyle with their fancy clothes. These people, we call them influencers and celebrities. And what they like to do is influence and show that they're famous. And how do they do that? Well, the best way is to show off their designer clothes and accessories. Even if they don't actually own it, or even if they're in debt, this is how they get the attention. So what does that do to us? Well, we're led to believe that this is what it means to be wealthy. And that's the real crux of the situation here, is that what we're seeing on social media and on television is actually affecting how we think wealthy people live. And so that's what we're emulating. But in reality, it's just fake. It's a facade. It's not real. The truth is, most people who are millionaires actually live much more modestly. Many of them just simply live way beneath their means, whereas a lot of the celebrities and influencers are living well beyond their means, and they're racking up tons and tons of debt in the process. Have you guys ever seen on social media or television or online, how many millionaires have you heard about that have gone bankrupt or broke who are celebrities? You know, how some millionaires have hundreds of millions of dollars of athletes, and then within a matter of 10 or 15 years, they're filing for bankruptcy. Or how about some of the famous A, B, even C-list celebrities? They're filing bankruptcy after making tens and 20, 30 million dollars. Well, it's because they're living well beyond their means. One of the things you guys have to understand is it doesn't matter how much money you make. It is always possible to live beyond your means. Now, there are some genuine millionaires who do live very extravagant lifestyles, but they are the exception to rather than the rule. But television has us thinking they are the rule rather than the exception. And even for those who do have a lot of money, the lifestyle they display on social media is often a very carefully curated image. It's very perfectly put together. Everything is perfectly designed and staged. And that is specifically so that they can generate likes and follows. One of the key things of being a celebrity and influencer is to get people to follow. And so what more way to do that than to show off a very high extravagant lifestyle, which people like to watch. But in reality, many millionaires are much more focused on actually building wealth through stocks, through investing, through bonds, through startup companies, through self-employed, and through running businesses. They're far more concerned about securing their financial future than they are actually showing off their possessions. And that's how they get the money in the first place. So why do these stark contrasts exist between the lifestyle and the average millionaire next door and the way social media displays millionaires? Well, there's a few reasons. First, social media is a platform that rewards attention-seeking behavior. And I'm going to say that again. Social media is a platform that rewards attention-seeking behavior. The problem with that is that a lot of attention-seeking behavior is not healthy and it's toxic. You see, people who show off their wealth and flaunt their material possessions, they are much more likely to attract followers and generate engagement, even if they do so deceptively. And this creates what we call a feedback loop where people feel pressure who don't have their wealth and who don't have their status to maintain and obtain what they are currently seeing on television. And it even affects the influencers themselves because the influencers feel the need to keep up this facade and this image of this high lifestyle, which then causes them to want to go out and to purchase and live beyond their means. And it's just a vicious cycle. And then second, there's a culture obsession with wealth and status in our society. Everyone wants to see people who have wealth and status. And how do we know you have wealth and status? You flaunt it. We're taught to believe that having money and possessions is the key to happiness and success. And this leads many people to try to actually project an image of wealth and success, even if they don't actually have the means to back it up. And that's the problem with most middle class and lower class and even upper class, all classes, is that you have a lot of people who are trying to obtain and to portray an image of wealth and social status that they just don't have. And that's why they go out and purchase these expensive things. It's not the way to go. You see, on social media, this leads to a sort of arms race where people actually try to one-up each other in terms of the display of social wealth and luxury. And then you find out that a lot of regular people, such as you and myself, people go out and try to emulate it. And then what that does is there's a significant disconnect between perception and reality when it comes to wealth. People often assume that anyone who has a lot of money must be living an extravagant lifestyle. Or even better yet, anyone who's living an extravagant lifestyle must have a lot of money. But you and I both know, if you want to go out and purchase an expensive car, well, guess what? You can do that with poor credit, with just a couple of pay stubs, and within a matter of an hour and a half, you can walk off the lot with a brand new BMW, Mercedes, or Lexus. But if you want to buy a house, well, now we need W-2s. Now we need 1040s. Now we need your debt-to-income ratio to be below 50%. Now we need to actually see what your HOA fees are. We need to see your rental history. They want an entire backdrop of your financial lifestyle, and there's so many strict requirements. And there's a reason for that. It's because the businesses, companies, and banks want to make it easy for you to get into debt and to get the bad debt, not the good debt. And that's why this channel was created, to inform you guys about how to get the good debt, to inform you about how to be financially responsible, how to still live your life and live it to the fullest, but do so economically and responsibly. And I want to explore a few quick things too before we close this channel out. Excuse me, I can close out the video. I want to explore a few quick facts about what the average millionaire is. Number one, the average millionaire is self-made. That's right. According to a study by Fidelity Investments, 88% of millionaires are self-made, meaning they did not inherit their wealth. Why is this so important? Because it shows that a lot of people think that a lot of millionaires came from wealth and just inherited it, that they came from mommy and daddy and lots of money. But in reality, we know that that's not the case. There are a lot of self-made millionaires. And this channel is designed to help you become one of them. The second thing is they have a very high level of education. Most millionaires have at least a bachelor's degree. So in fact, 85% of millionaires have a college degree and 52% have a graduate degree. Now this one, I kind of digress a little bit on because we know that you don't need a degree to actually become a self-made millionaire. As a matter of fact, I know quite a few people who are very well off who don't even have a college degree at all. As a matter of fact, you don't even really need any of it. You just need ambition, intelligence, hard work, and you need to be able to work smart. Those are the keys. Another thing I want to talk about is they are not always in high-paying professions. You see, contrary to popular belief, not all millionaires are doctors, lawyers, and business executives. Many millionaires are entrepreneurs who have started their own business. Even if it's just a small side hustle, it doesn't take much. If you have a side hustle, you invest smartly, and you're very conservative with your money and judicious, you will become a millionaire. It's almost a given. It's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when. And another thing about millionaires are this. Contrary to what you guys think and what they show us on social media, most millionaires, such as the one next door to you, probably is frugal. Most are very frugal with their money, as a matter of fact, and they're very careful when they spend. They're much more likely to buy used, and they're much more likely to shop at discount stores. That's right. They buy used and they shop at discount stores. Most millionaires just don't buy new cars. And they also prioritize investing. That's the last thing that a millionaire really does. Not only do they take care of their health, not only do they take care of their wealth, and they're very judicious in their spending, but they prioritize investing. It's at the top of their list. Every time they have a dollar that they can put into an investment, whether it's a stock, a bond, an ETF, whether they're investing into themselves or their education, or whether they're using it for a startup company or anything like that, they are always looking to prioritize over spending. And that's one of the most important things you guys have to think about. And I want to leave you guys with this. After you've done all of this, after you've gotten all the money and all the status that you're hoping to seek, that you're going to find, especially if you're looking at this channel, is the last thing that a millionaire does, and this is a big plus, is they give back to their community. You see, in order to really truly become a millionaire, you have to have a service, you have to have a skill set that people find of value that they then want to pay you for. But one of the best values and one of the best skill sets you can have is the ability and the desire to want to give back to the community. Lots and lots of people, not even just the super wealthy that we see on television, are very philanthropic. They give back to the community, they donate to non-for-profits, and a lot of them even spend their time in non-for-profit places or local communities for the children or just people overall that need and want help, to help give back to the community that helped make them the person that they are today. So guys, I hope you really found this video valuable. Again, the key intent here is to show you that the true millionaire is not what you believe on television, so don't believe it. It's fake, it's a facade, it's just designed to get the likes, to sell you a package. And you guys know, we don't sell packages over here, we just tell the truth. So thanks for watching, I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.